The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm trying to scrape my beard out. Okay. I hope they didn't catch that. I'm on here, giving all this. Okay. It is Get Your Health on Wednesday, and I'm so glad that so many of you are here. Now is the time to hit the like button, y'all. Now is the time to share and let everybody know that we're live and we're on the air. And then we just do a little in-house, business. Our sister Pam, Esquire, the law intellect, is her channel is right at 1,000. And when we started this morning, when I announced the drive, she was at 921, and now she's at 996, y'all. 994, 996. So Ty Squad, with a mighty Ty Squad, please go around to Pam Esquire, the law intellect, and help her get over this hump, because I was there. I was like right at, I was at 954. I would never forget the number. And we had done all we could do. We were stalled at 954, and Conscious TV came in and helped me get to 1,000. So I want to pass it on. And her name is Pam Esquire, the law intellect. Go by and subscribe. But not only subscribe, check out her content too. Okay. So yeah. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button right now. Yes, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. The likes are coming in. And also make sure you get the word out and share that we are live and we're on the air. She's at 9.99. Okay. Because we started about 2 hours ago. I put it on my Facebook, I put it on my Instagram, and she's at 9.99. Man, I know that feeling. Listing 1,000 now. Well, thank God. Okay, it's done. It's done. Thank God, Pam. I am so happy for her. She's a neutral spirit. She is a sweet woman, and she has blessed the Tyesse report in ways that y'all don't even know. So I'm more than willing to help her reach her goal. And they say she's at 1,000. Good. Okay. Well, let's get to our business then, y'all. Give me my first story, Kwame. It's health news. What do we have first? Health news. Okay. And this should be really listed as, well, let's get the disclaimer out the way, of course. We're not doctors, lawyers. We ain't psychiatrists. I'm not, none of that. Okay. But this really could be listed as reproductive health news, y'all. And this news broke this morning. Georgia taxpayers can now claim an unborn child as a dependent on state taxes. So they really feel to try to stop these abortions. You see people already talking about, oh, let me go out and have a baby. And oh my God, $3,000, y'all. Up to $3,000. Listen, this is so sad, y'all. These people are really, really sick. They are really, really sick. And I'm not pro-abortion. I'm not pro this, pro that. I am just, leave that to the doctor and the mother, what choice they want to make, But people are already saying, honey, let me go out and have a few kids. And what you have is all these kids that nobody wants. or you may have somebody that is bringing up a child via incest or rape, and now you're taking your abuse out on the child. So it's oh my God, it's a slippery slope, y'all. Too much for us to get into right now, but wanted to run that by y'all. Georgia taxpayers can now claim an unborn child as a dependent on state taxes. That's straight out of Governor Kemp's mind, y'all. Oh my God. Sometimes I can't make this stuff up, Kwame. I can't. I wouldn't. Continue to share, because evidently YouTube is tripping right now, y'all. So continue to share. Kwame, why don't we do this? Why don't we drop the link? We're going to do it temporarily. Why don't we drop the link in the chat if someone wants to come on today, really briefly, 5 minutes or less. Drop the link in the chat, Kwame, if you can. And if they want to come on, if they know how to use StreamYard, they can come on and give us a testimonial about their unique identity or their sexual perspective. You're not coming on and say hi to mother and just chit chat. We're gonna drop this link temporarily for you if you do want to come on and say a few words, okay, about your unique perspective. Give me my first slide, Kwame. What do we have first? What do we have up first? Okay, so a lot of my straight followers, they say, Tyesse, this stuff is so confusing to me. I'm gay and it's confusing to me, Ty Squad. And because all of this stuff I believe is a white, male, gay, patriarchal construct. That's just my opinion. Back in the day, it was just two things. You were either gay or straight. Then they threw bi in there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay. And if someone comes on, Kwame, just bring them on and we'll see what they're talking about. Okay. But if not, we did offer the link. I know a lot of people are really, everybody's not comfortable. Sometimes people are scared to talk about their unique identity. If it's kind of like out there, because that was the genesis for this, or the catalyst for this was the person that was in our chat that said that they were asexual, an asexual trans man. And we were like, we had never heard of that. So, yeah. But let's talk about gender fluid. A person whose gender identity or gender expression is not fixed and shifts over time or depending on the situation. Now, back in my day, we call this a freak. We call this a freak. Girl, she just a freak. He a freak. Now they got a name for it. It's called gender fluid. Honey, anything goes. Any way the wind goes, Depends on the situation. Depends on the night. It's supposed to be a serious conversation, Tyesse. But gender fluid is a lot of people are claiming that now. A lot of people say, well, I'm gender fluid. I don't like to be boxed in. I don't like labels. A lot of gay DL men like that term too. I don't like labels. Okay. But gender fluid is a term, you guys. Some people say it's a little boutique now. It's a little boutique, but my mom used to call it having white liver. Okay. I'm listening and learning. But so many of my straight followers are saying, Tyesse, I learned so much because I don't know about all this stuff. And can I be honest? We got a lot of people in our community, be it from the trans community or from the LGBTQ community as a whole, that get angry with people when they just, they may not understand. They may push back on something and you just label somebody homophobic or transphobic and you haven't even given them the tools they need to even understand, and you done already labeled them. So that's where the conversation is always a disconnect, y'all, because somebody may push back on something or somebody may not agree with something and you done labeled the person, you know what I'm saying, homophobic, transphobic. It's a lot. It's a lot. I respectfully try to keep up with they, them due to the pronouns to me, y'all. The pronouns to me, like, they got people at your job that are being terminated because you done forgot they, them, he, we. It's too much, and people are losing their livelihood because somebody may have forgot to call you. Because now you can be called anything. I'm an apple. Hi, I'm an apple, and it's like you can be called anything, and we do have to respect that in the corporate world. we just want to give, okay, Dr. Hope. I knew Dr. Hope was going to cut up. And I want to do this. I want to do this really quickly. Who we got? We got somebody? We got Dr. Okay. Oh my God. Thank you. Because I'm doing some heavy lifting by myself, Dr. And you're a PhD. And I'm trying not to do Tyesse right now, right? Because Tyesse and Miss Tyesse are two different people. And they clash with each other because there's an intellectual inside of me.
Right.
And then there's Tyesse got the dark inside of me. So I have to separate the two. But I want to just say this before you say something, Dante, and that is, there's a difference between identity and, orientation, right? They say identity is who you go to bed as, and your sexuality is sexuality is who you go to bed with, and
right.
Identity is who you wake up as. Okay,
right.
That's it. Okay, so I remember that from, the Kids School 101.
Right, that's Gay 101. Yeah.
Yeah, but what would you like to add today, Dr. Morrison?
I think this is an interesting subject because I was literally just talking to my staff about it about 13 minutes ago, because we were just unpack. First of all, we were watching the video you did the other day with Jasmine Cannick, and we were seeing what we can do to better those relationships in that area. But that's another conversation. But one thing that came up was, I think a lot of heterosexuals don't even realize that even homosexuals, we're still trying to figure out all these labels, identities, behaviors. Where you at nowadays? I'm 50, and in my age, you was either gay or straight.
That's it.
Point blank. And that was it. But now I'm trying to respect these different modalities that people fall under. And I'm like, okay, how do I do this while respecting what somebody labels themselves as, but still getting the work done? And it can be complicated. As someone that works in the field of HIV, I have to ask people what puts them at risk and how do you identify? So I've honestly had individuals come in that were masculine presenting, but then identified as lesbian. I've had that, and these were men. And I'm like, but how do you identify as a lesbian? Well, I like women, so I'm going to go ahead and call myself a lesbian. Okay, all right. But then I was watching a show yesterday where someone said they were a zillennial. And I'm like, what is a zillennial? And it was a whole nother age range. And because I'm a zillennial, I operate as such. Do you like penis? Are you a man that likes penis? Now, I don't know how else you want to unpack that. And Tyesse, you're absolutely right. It gets confusing. But what gets unfair is that it seems like people like you and I, who are trying to best understand how to navigate these spaces, we get bashed for our ignorance. We get talked about for our ignorance. And I'm like, I'm trying to better understand you. And if you can't explain you, then how do you expect me to understand you? And the way you're breaking it all down, it just makes no sense to me. So I think these unique identities, I love how you said behaviors. At the end of the day, when you take off all your clothes and they take off all their clothes, who's in the bed together? Is it two men, two penises, two vaginas, or a vagina and a penis? That's just how I look at it. And I can move accordingly. But when we start putting all these other catchphrases on it and all these different monikers and t-shirt labels and I'm a this and I'm a that and I'm fluid and I'm not knocking it, but understand this is brand new to a lot of us. And since it's new to us, respect our ignorance the way you want us to respect your newfound identity. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying, because I was on Conscience TV late the other night and Conscience invited me on, like, come on, Tyesse, come on, join the chat. There was a trans woman on, and she was just, it was one of these trans sisters that was like Hope Giselle times 35. And I'm like, we sit here and listen to you for an hour, do a Stanford dissertation on men can have babies and why we have to say men can have, okay, girl, men can have babies. They can. I'm not arguing with you. So I'm in the middle of my opening and telling my story. And then she tells me, you were not trained. Wait a minute, hold up, Willis. No disrespect. I'm not misgendering her. That's just something I say. But hold on, how you gonna? We just listened to you for an hour, lady. And she was like, and then I told her, I said, girl, you just have a nasty disposition. It's because I'm trans. No, girl, I learned this from Iyanla. It has nothing to do with your identity or who you are. That's your personality. Right. That's my experience of you. That don't have a trans or gay, connotation to it. You're nasty and vile, the person.
Tyesse, that has happened to me. I had someone call me transphobic. I'm like, no, I'm not transphobic. I don't like you. And that has nothing to do with how you identify. You and me, we don't rock together. So don't say I don't like a whole community because I don't like you. And I think that's where stuff gets all.
It was my experience with her, and that was one of the great analogies I got from my sister Iyanla. Girl, no, that doesn't mean that I'm talking about you personally, like your orientation or who you identify as. It's not personal. It's my experience of you,
right?
How you came at me, and I should be able to say, "Girl, you're nasty," without being called transphobic. And I'm out here a trans advocate on the battlefield for a long time.
Behind the scenes, that's the part they don't see. They don't
understand that, honey. I've been behind the scenes.
Just because
I've been on the front lines.
Yeah, you talking
loud. But now, mother, I'm like 46, 47. I can't be out here taking bricks and bats and sticks and bottles. I can't do it. I'm too old now.
Right.
But I thank you. I thank you, brother, so much for coming on and just offering that to the people. Because my straight followers, they inbox me all the time. Mm-hmm. Like they be like, I want to be an ally. I'm seeing so much because of you, Tyesse, and I want to be here for y'all. But some in your community make it very hard. They make it very difficult.
They do,
and it's sad.
And
so, what do you want to say? What do you want to say in closing with that? In closing, what do you want to say?
I just want to ask, and I want you to ask the squad, and I'm gonna watch the comments. Where does the buck stop? Where does it stop? I mean, at what point do we say, okay, that's it? We have no more rules for labels, like at a funeral. Get in line now if you're going to do remarks. Because after the last person, don't you walk up here saying, I got something to say. No, we cutting it off at number 10. That's it. That's it. So you had time to get up first, but you chose to sit back and, well, I don't know my label yet, and I'm going to figure it out. We're going to cover yours. It's all been said. So I just want to hear from the squad, and I'm going to keep watching. Where does the buck stop? When do we say, okay, that's enough labels? We can't figure it out, so we can't expect everybody else to figure it out. But Tyesse, keep doing what you're doing, because these conversations have to happen. They got to continue. And the straights need to know that the gays is just as confused. So don't think it's all on you.
I know it's the truth. And I'm going to be on Dante's show. We're going to be talking about this very soon, maybe within the next week or two. I'll be on the Dante show. We're going to be talking about this as just two gay men, brother to brother. So love you, Dante. Give my love to the staff over at APLA.
Will do.
All right. Okay. It's always great to talk to Dante because he's a doctor and, it's a great perspective. Okay. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all pop it up, and we almost out of time. Is there one more person? Oh, okay. I thought there was somebody coming in. I'm gonna say, wait a minute, y'all. We're running out of time. I told y'all to be here on time. Okay. Is there one more person? No. Okay. If you would like to come on, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Hit that link real quick, and we gotta go. Okay. Give me my next slide because we are overtime. Pansexual. People who are capable of being attracted to multiple sexes or gender identities. Okay. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. People who are capable of being attracted to multiple sexes or gender identities. So, that's another kind of, anything, baby. Listen, man, woman, lesbian, straight, gay, you can have whatever you like. Tonight is the night, Betty Wright style. And so that's a term I think we ought to, keep an eye out for and look for as well. And that is the pansexual community, because we need to stop making these people like, what do you call them, unicorns, and making people feel like they are just, okay, because we were kind of thrown off. by our brother in the chat the other day. Okay, hit the chat, Big Rainy's joint. Okay, I got to, I'm on to Pyro Media's time. This is not my time. Okay, so you can hit that link if you want to come on. If not, we're going to catch you next lifetime, brother. All right, or sister, whatever your pronoun is. Okay. I always ask, what pronoun do I go by? Yeah. Okay. So pansexual, that's something we need to research and do a lot more thought and conversation around. Okay. Let's keep an eye out for the pansexual community. Okay. What do we have next, Kwame? Do we have anything? Okay. Asexual, an individual who generally does not experience sexual attraction or desire sex. Now that's the one I'm like, okay. But somebody, they just may not, they may not feel nothing, y'all. You can't make nobody feel something. An individual who generally does not experience sexual attraction or desire sex, and that can be male or female, y'all. They just don't feel it, y'all. They don't feel nothing. They don't want to go there, you know, and that's okay. Hey, Edwin Perry. Hey, everybody. Love y'all. I can't read these comments because Mother's in commentating mode right now. Okay, so we need to keep an eye out and we need to do some more research and discover our asexual brothers and sisters. I believe Michael was asexual. I can't see Michael Jackson on top of nobody, y'all. I'm sorry. I just can't visualize that. No disrespect to the King and Pop. And them kids, y'all know, y'all, listen, them kids. Okay, I'm getting in the flesh. Okay, so what do we got next, Kwame? Because Mother is almost at the point where I'm the clock is ticking. Where are we at next, Kwame? Is it time for In the Spirit? Is it time for In the Spirit? It is. Okay, it's time for In the Spirit. I identify as asexual. As asexual. Okay, hold on, Iyanla. Wait a minute. I identify as asexual. Oh, so Michelle, you identify like that? I didn't know that, Shell. Hold on, Iyanla. We're going to get to you in a minute. I'm going to bring this word in just a second. I can't keep up with all this technology. It's a lot. It's too much. I'm telling you it's too much. Mother is telling you it's too much. I didn't know Michelle was asexual. Okay, Shell. I was looking for the StreamYard. It's too late now, baby. It was in the chat. It's in the chat, but it's too late. Okay? We'll catch you on our next show when we have a little more time and we'll break this thing down. Okay? Okay. So, Iyanla, when you can tell the story and it doesn't bring up any pain, you know it's healed. I like that, Iyanla. I like that. Let's break that down for a few seconds here. When you can tell the story and it doesn't bring up any pain, you know it's healed. Because so oftentimes there's also a deception when you have suppressed pain or you have pushed it in the back of your mind and you think that you are healed and you're really not. So today in the spirit, I want to let y'all know, some of y'all don't even know you're healed. Some of y'all don't even know God has mended that thing, sewed it up, plucked it out, and you're on your way. But if you can tell your testimony and you ain't breaking down and falling all over, and if you can do that thing and it's a sense of peace when you tell it, you know you are healed. When you can talk about your molestation, your divorce, your breaking up with a business or a corporate entity, when you can talk about that thing, when, as Iyanla said, when you can sit in it and you're not crying and shaking and trembling, you know you're healed. But please don't be deceived. Don't be delusional. Sometimes we suppress. I did it with my cousin. I thought I was healed, but I was not. So sometimes you think you're healed from something and you got a little more work to do, Tyesse, just a little more work. Okay. Is there a pocket dictionary? LT, I don't even know. I just can't. Like I said, I believe this is a white male construct. I believe that. I'm sorry. A white male, a white gay male, patriarchal, all of that construct, all of these letters and stuff. Ain't nobody black sitting around doing all this all day. They're not. Ain't no black person making up all these letters and stuff. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Been there before. That's a good word, Tyesse. Yeah, that's our in the spirit today. I want y'all to know, honey, some of y'all are running around here healed and don't even know it. Never even caught the point that you were healed. Before I go, give me my next slide. Before I go, Kwame, what are we? I'm such a bad bitch, am I? Just bad. I'm just bad all by myself. How many other people can have a substantive conversation in 29 damn minutes? Okay, we're thinking about moving Get Your Health On to an hour. I'll let you know. We'll let you know. You're talking about gender and gender fluid and avant-garde and before your time, right? Our brother, Sylvester, oh my God, Sylvester James. What can I say about this man? And I was just turned on to this podcast on Spotify. I love podcasts because you can listen to them while you're cleaning up. You can listen to them while you're at work. You can listen to them while you're driving, especially. And I'm on episode 3 right now. And Hollywood, the industry tried to butch him up. They tried to put him in a box, and he broke those boxes. He broke those glass ceilings. And if you listen to this podcast, a Spotify original, Sylvester Sound Barrier, you will get an intimate look at somebody. At the time, we didn't even know what all that was. But he broke so many barriers with sexuality, gender identity. Before a lot of these girls got on the scene and got the credit for it, Sylvester had already did that. So can the Top Squad do me a big favor and head over to Spotify and listen to Sound Barrier, Sylvester, and it will give you a great insight into a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to teach y'all. So icon, gender bender, gender fluid, gender everything, ceiling breaker, wall destroyer, Sylvester, before we even knew, well, thank you for the cash app, whoever that was. Before we knew what this stuff was, Dante, Sylvester was already doing it. It didn't have a name yet, but Sylvester was already tearing down those walls and tearing down those barriers. And he paid a cost. Like many people that do that, you pay a cost professionally, And I think about the legacy he left in his will. Even in his death, he's still giving in a philanthropic capacity, because he left in his will that all proceeds from his music will go to AIDS charities forever. So even in death, and I don't believe he's dead. I believe we all go into some sort of spirit form. He's still active. He's still active and giving. Wall destroyer. Okay, no wait. Wall tear. Okay. Yeah, y'all right. I said wall destroyer. Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry. Wait. He tore down walls. I don't know how to make that sound right, y'all. Okay, so listen, this is a 30-minute show. This ain't PBS, y'all. So we don't have a lot of time to break these things down, but I can tell you that the Top Squad tell me all the time, Tyesse, in that little short time, you give us so much in 30 minutes. Even if it was 2 hours, you still give us a lot in those 30 minutes. So just let people know what you are, because we are confused. An apple, a ham, an oxtail. Please, honey, what do you want us to call you? I'm a neck bone. Okay, you're a neck bone, baby. We love you still. Just let us know, okay? Yeah, hit that like button, y'all. It's 120 watching. 120 watching. That cash out went through. It did go through. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Or sister, I don't know your pronoun. Okay, so we will be live tonight. We'll be live tonight with the season finale of Diva to Diva, the season finale of Diva to Diva. I hope to see you tonight. We're going to be covering unsung divas and should have been bigger divas and should have been household name divas tonight. The whole show is about unsung divas, should have been bigger, didn't get their limelight. So I hope to see you tonight at the appointed time. I'll be on Instagram and Facebook throughout the afternoon. Also, be sure to still go by and support our sister, Pam Esquire, the Law Intellect. I love you guys. Thank you, Kwame, for all that you do for the Tyesse Jackson brand. Head over to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel and Facebook page and subscribe. Have a phenomenal rest of your Wednesday. Thank my brother Dante Morrison, Dr. Morrison, for coming on and breaking intellectual bread with me. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Remember, stay in peace, not in pieces. I'll see you this evening. Bye.